What is going on, Pokemon community? It is Achilles018 here, and today we are talking about a few Pokemon names that I've mispronounced over the years. In the 20 years that I've been a Pokemon trainer, 809 monsters have been released into the world, and with that many Pokemon out there, a few of them are bound to be mispronounced at some point. Thankfully, I have a Pokemon handbook that covers Pokedex entries, evolution requirements, and thankfully, phonetic pronunciation for each Mon, from Aerodactyl to Zeraora. Some of these really surprise me, and I think that we're going to have a lot of fun. I hope you learn a little and laugh a little with me today, so let's go. Brionne. Yes, I was one of those that first saw this cute sea lion Pokemon in the Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer and assumed that Brionne is how this was supposed to be pronounced. Fortunately, for Pokemon fans everywhere, I was wrong, and the proper pronunciation is, in fact, Brionne. Fans of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime got some clarity on this pronunciation in this episode. Gyarados. The Y here is silent, which most people pick up on pretty quickly, but due to the lack of internet popularity in the late 1990s, my first exposure to Gyarados was actually the sought-after trading card. So my friends and I had a few different pronunciations between Gyarados, Gyarados, and Gyarados, and for some reason Gyarados was always the pronunciation I came up with until recently. Lopunny. I initially pronounced this Lopunny, but it is truthfully pronounced Lopunny. This one is pretty common from what I've heard from other Poke fans, so props to you if you got this right as soon as you saw this rabbit Pokemon. Hippopotas. This one isn't so much the pronunciation I got wrong, but the inflection on each syllable. I have pronounced this hippopotas, which I should have realized sounds a little too much like hippopotamus, but then I read this handbook and I realized that it was actually hippopotas. Fortunately, its evolution, Hippowdon, is much simpler to pronounce. Mienfoo. This one also applies to Mienshao, but was I the only one who pronounced this Mainfoo?
Mienfoo, let's do it!
This blew my mind. Sorry, Mienfoo. Nincada. Where I come from, the bugs this Pokemon are likely based around are called cicadas, so I just assumed this Pokemon was pronounced Nincada, but it's actually Nincada. Pancham. Once again, fans of the X and Y anime probably didn't have a problem with this one, but Pancham seemed like the correct way to pronounce this to me before I read my handbook and discovered that the last A is soft, unlike this Pokemon's personality. Don't worry, Pancham, it won't happen again. Naganadel. Nagi Dan Nadadel. This one was an obvious pick, as it seems that unlike its simple pre-evolution Poipole, this Pokemon is very commonly mispronounced. It took me a few times reading the official pronunciation even to get this one right. Naganadel. Ammonite. Pokerap be darned, I read this Pokemon's name for the first time on my Game Boy Color screen well before I watched the anime, so I thought it was pronounced Omanyte. The same applies to Amistar, but be careful pronouncing this one wrong, as it looks like he gets really bothered by it. Please forgive me, Amistar. Before I get to the Pokemon whose pronunciation most threw me off, I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about the pronunciations I did happen to get right from back in the day. Arcanine, not Arcanine. Machamp, not Machamp, Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, not Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. And now, without further ado, here's the Pokemon pronunciation that I could not believe. Grottle. While this isn't a top 10 list of any kind, I had to save this guy for last because this pronunciation takes the cake for me and caught me the most by surprise. Grottle? Grottle? This is a grass-type turtle with a tree growing out of its shell. How is this not Grotle? Grottle sounds like throttle, which makes me think of something going fast, and Grottle definitely does not go fast. This line of thinking may actually be part of the story arc in the anime, where Ash's Turtwig is so much faster than other Turtwig. This speed boost is strangely dropped in the anime as soon as Turtwig evolves into Grottle and Torterra. Grottle's pronunciation continues to surprise me even to this day, and I just had to save it for last. One more time, I want to thank the content creators on Instagram that helped to support this video: PokeWild, Pocket Monsters at Night, and Pello Pogo. They all create great content, and there's lots more like them out there. Please look these guys up and give them a follow. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's Pokemon content. If you did, please leave a like so I can better understand the content you like and don't like. Want to join the conversation? Leave a comment down below. I do read them. Finally, be sure to stay up to date with my content by clicking the subscribe button. That's all from me. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon with more Pokemon content.